council, we're 1 minute away. If I can get those lights green on those mics, please. We'll start when the clock hits 30.
I'm not gonna tell him what to do, I just don't wanna see him driving back and forth, especially on West 96.
Hey, that's a crazy situation.
The worst. It is. You might as well fly.
We used to maintain that ABC.
Oh, I know.
All we do is pick up bodies, and half of the time it was a deer.
Crashes.
The people are nuts,
Yeah.
co-mingle with the trucks. You get a lot of, microburst snowstorms out there, you can't see.
They just keep driving.
All right, the clock has struck 30. If we may rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance. Want to say good evening to those members of our community that are here in person, as well as to those that are tuning in via our virtual broadcasts. And with that, I'd like to turn over to Katie to please call roll.
Schumate,
Here.
Cox,
Here.
McNabb,
Here.
Molnar,
Here.
Valentine,
Here.
Walden, Wood. Here.
Council, as you can see, we are sending our love to Justice and his family. Be asking for a motion to excuse Justice from this evening's council meeting.
Motion to excuse Justice?
Second.
Any further discussion? Katie, please call roll.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Molnar,
Yes.
Schumate,
Yes.
Valentine,
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Motion carried. Members of public and council, today you will see the agenda that has been laid out for this evening. We did have two things that came in since the establishment of this agenda that I'd like to ask you consider adding to our communications. So I'll take it one item at a time. First item is upon arriving to City Hall this morning, I was presented with a package that was dropped off. That package was scanned and sent via Katie to all of council related to a petition to keep Tammy Goris in charge of the community center was the language used in that petition. The package included 4 pages of signatures, 23 letters, and a letter from Rita related to the petition that had been assembled for signature. Council had asked that you add that to item A under communications. Looking for a motion to add that to our communications as item A.
I'll make the motion for that.
Motion by Molnar, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Valentine. Just from a discussion point of view, I did have a chance to speak personally with Tammy Goris today. Obviously, coming out of the file and receive activity of her resignation letter, she did reinforce to me verbally, paraphrasing, that her letter of resignation she submitted, she stands by with the effective date of that resignation on January 31st, but that she appreciated the individuals who had advocated for her continued employment, but that based on her filing of her resignation, she'd like to keep that date. So I just want to have you that context. With that, any further discussion on that item? Katie, please call roll.
McNabb,
Yes.
Molnar,
Yes.
Schumate,
Yes.
Valentine,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
Great. And then just as a motion carried, as a side note, our city administrator Blackburn has been working to make sure we have a plan for the succession of our Parks and Recreation Department, and we'll have an update for you all this evening for consideration. Second communication that was received that I'd like you to add as item B to our communications is a letter that we received dated today, January 27th, to Mayor and Council from Mrs. Cindy Cox. I'd like you to consider adding the letter from Mrs. Cindy Cox to our communications as item B.
Motion to receive and file the letter from Cindy Cox dated 1/27/25.
We'll need you to revise that motion, if you will, Councilman Valentine. It's just to add it to the item B on our communications.
Okay, sorry.
Would you be willing to revise your motion to add that as item B under communications?
Add it to item B, sorry.
Second.
Second by Molnar. Any discussion on that item? Katie, please call roll.
Molnar,
Yes.
Schumate,
Yes.
Valentine,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, so just to summarize, we have two items that have now been added to the communications. Item A is the petition that we received, and item B is the letter that we received, and we will address those when we get to that section. Without further ado, as we do every single meeting, we want to open up to public comment. I'll just say a couple things. First off, I feel very excited about tonight, obviously pending council's action. We have some incredibly exciting moves that we're hoping to make for our Department of Public Safety. That includes obviously a formal designation of our Department of Public Safety Director and Police Chief, as well as promotions for some very hardworking individuals that have served our community. So I just want to acknowledge that. We'll get to that after public comment. But with that being said, if you have any public comment for council this evening, please approach that podium. Make sure that light is green for me and state your name and address. If there's no public comment, let's turn it over to our swearing in and promotion section. Council, I'm actually going to have City Administrator Blackburn, if there's anything you'd like to add color on for item A, which is the approval of our contract for Public Safety Director / Police Chief Bullard.
I'd just like to say that me and the chief went back and forth, negotiating, and it was tough, but it's a nice, fair contract for both sides. It's good for the Director of Public Safety, it's good for the city. So I'd like to thank Chief on everything it's done.
Yeah, I just want to add, if I may, you've served this community relentlessly for 18 years and counting, and I am really grateful for all the work that you've done for the department, for our residents, and including most recently, stepping up as our interim Director of Public Safety when we needed you the most. So just thank you for working with City Administrator Blackburn and Council to help us build a successful transition plan, signaling the confidence in the amazing police department and personnel that we have that make it possible. So just profusely, thank you. So with that, as Council is aware, you'll see in your packet that we would require your approval of the contract that has been aligned amongst these two negotiating parties with your direction, Council. So we'd be looking for a motion to approve the contract for Public Safety Director / Police Chief Bullard.
Motion to approve the contract for Public Safety Director, Police Chief Bullard.
Motion by Valentine, is there a second?
Second.
That's a great signal. Katie, who'd you have first?
McNabb.
All right. Council, any discussion that you'd like to add for this topic?
Grateful for stepping up and looking forward to working together with you for the next generation. So, yeah, thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Reiterating the same statement. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Katie, please call roll.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Molnar.
Yes.
The motion is unanimously carried. Congratulations on the approval of your agreement. But really what I want to do now is get to the celebration component of this. So procedurally, we must swear you in. And with that, I'd like to pass it over to Clerk Tomasic. And when you're done with that swearing in, I have something for you here.
How are you? All right, will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Bruce Bullard,
I, Bruce Bullard,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
of the Director of Public Safety
of the Director of Public Safety
and Chief of Police
and Chief of Police
in and for the City of Gibraltar,
in and for the City of Gibraltar,
Wayne County, Michigan,
Wayne County, Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before you go ahead and take a seat on behalf of the amazing city personnel, on the behalf of the department that loves and adores you and appreciates you, celebrating this milestone. So, would the family like a picture? You're up to you, but.
Garrett, will you sign that? Thank you.
You're trying to get out of it?
So quiet, it's making me nervous.
Should have a number in front of you.
Cheese.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I'm honored and excited to serve as the Director of Public Safety for the City of Gibraltar. I'm looking forward to this opportunity and journey serving the city. I want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council, fellow colleagues, residents of Gibraltar, for all you've done for me over the years and what you've taught me in the 18 and a half years I've been here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good things come to people that wait.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I do have a city communication to receive and file. Promotions of Sergeant Timothy Trush, promotion of Sergeant Gary Robinson, and the promotion of Officer Seifert per the POAM contract. The promotion of Sergeant Trush to Lieutenant. Sergeant Timothy Trush has served with the City of Gibraltar for 18 years and 6 months. His career began in Gibraltar in 2006. Sergeant Trush came to our agency with prior law enforcement experience, which includes Mackinac Island Police, Carlton Police, and the Metro Parks Police. I highly recommend Sergeant Trush for the position and rank of lieutenant, as his experience and knowledge and dedication to the city is exemplary. I consider Sergeant Trush a friend, and I am excited for him to take on this new rank and responsibilities. Lieutenant Trush would continue in his role as a school resource officer with Shoemate Junior High. Congratulations, I promote you to the rank of lieutenant. Diane's got the camera. All right.
Good job.
Congrats. Sergeant Robinson. Sergeant Robinson has worked for the City of Gibraltar for 11 years. Sergeant Robinson has come to our agency with prior experience, including the Rockwood Police Department and the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. I've worked closely with Sergeant Robinson over the years, and he's very knowledgeable and one of the most well-respected officers in our agency. His dedication to this department and city is exemplary. Sergeant Robinson's thoroughness, police knowledge, and dedication to this department makes him the perfect person for the position of detective, as well as being a good friend. Sergeant Robinson, I now promote you to Detective Sergeant Robinson.
Thank you.
Officer Brandon Seifert. Officer Seifert has worked for the Gibraltar Police Department for 11 years. Officer Seifert has been assigned to the Gibraltar School District for the past 6 years, and I believe him to be one of the best school resource officers our department has ever had. Prior to coming to Gibraltar, Officer Seifert retired from the Taylor Police Department and was hired with our agency as a dispatcher. Officer Seifert, showing strong interest in becoming a police officer again, completed the recertification course and was sworn in by our department in 2013. Officer Seifert goes above and beyond for the children and young adults of the Gibraltar School District and is highly respected throughout the city. I consider Officer Seifert a friend and a respected colleague and look forward to him being promoted to the rank of sergeant. Sergeant Seifert will continue as a Gibraltar School liaison until the end of the school year, and he will be promoted to the main road patrol supervisor. Officer Seifert, I promote you to the rank of sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, Council.
Thank you. We're going to grab a picture of the four of us.
That sounds great. While they're grabbing a picture, I just want to reinforce our gratitude for such an amazing department and those that make it possible. Thank you so much. Special night to be able to celebrate the promotions, as well as obviously the formalization of our Director of Public Safety and Police Chief Bullard. Thank you to their families that were in attendance as well, to support them and all the support they give them every single day beyond the chambers that we're in. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out our swearing in and promotions, and we're going to turn to our consent agenda. Council, in front of you in your packet, you will see 3 items for our consent agenda. Item A is bills reference number 14. Item B is payroll number 935 and 936. And item C is city council minutes of 1/13/2025. We'd be looking for a motion to approve consent agenda items A through C.
Motion to approve consent agenda items A through C.
Motion by Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Valentine. I'll just add one discussion item, council, that you should be aware of. Spoke with our Director of Public Safety and others. So if you recall, the fire payroll supporting documentation, council had asked that fire payroll be put in the consent agenda topic. I received feedback that there was the backup documentation, the Excel file, that was not included. So we'll make sure to share that with council, as well as include that as backup for future consent agenda items. I'll defer to Amy and others in that process, but just want to flag that for you. Obviously, payroll is in there, but the supporting documentation that was previously shared in the back of our packet can be provided in another capacity.
That was approved at the last meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So going forward, we'll have it, or we won't have it? in our package?
So I think we should, for discussion tonight, one of the feedback I got, and Katie, please, and Amy, please, I talked to DPS Bullard today. The backup documentation, the Excel file that supports the payroll that's now included, there's a request to include that in there as well, if that's easy. So whatever we're getting from the fire department process, right, and approved by Bullard, if we can include that, whether it's attached to an email or whether it's in the consent agenda packet, just to have that reference, because it was previously in the back of our packet. Since we've moved the payroll into the consent agenda, the question is, can we put the Excel file visibility for council?
I don't have a problem with that, so.
So we could do it as an attachment or included, Katie, whatever makes most sense for formatting for you on the packet front, to make sure that that's included, just to back up the payroll summary that's in the consent agenda. Just want to flag that in case anybody else had questions
Yeah,
on that.
I had a note down for that have that line item on the bottom where DPS signs off on it, I think it's important for us to see if we're in turn signing off on it as well.
Yep. So the process is prevailing as we have, right, which is there's the checks and balances on the signatures and everything else. And then now, council, you can just get this, however Katie sees it's best formatted for the packet, whether it's an attachment or whether it's included, you'll have that backup file.
And knowing that we're able to come into the office and view it at our leisure as well. Okay, thank you.
I have access to it, and then, of course, I'm pretty sure Bruce does as well, to the actual Excel formatted for the fire payroll. It's a Google shared doc between a couple people.
That's correct, I do.
Yep.
Cool. I just want to give you a heads up on that in case you're wondering.
Cool. So just for my clarity, as the treasurer, it will be on the package, within the package?
Yeah, correct. It'll come in conjunction with the package moving forward. We'll defer to the parties on what's the best formatting for inclusion, but you'll have the content.
I think the way it was, if I can add, the way it was shown in the past, where it follows the police chief's report, and it precludes, or it previews the fire chief's report, so it's all in that one package like it was. Formally, that's the way it was presented, and it was going along those lines until a couple weeks ago when it disappeared.
And the disappearance was just based on the council
Yes.
directive, just to be clear on the motion for
Which-
putting it, but
yeah.
to your point, yes, agreed. Any issue with that? Further discussion, questions?
Mr. Mayor, I walked in mid-conversation. This is about the fire roll being in the consent agenda.
Correct, with the
as well as
backup.
not in my packet. And
Yep.
has it been decided, were we going to keep it in the consent agenda, or?
We have a motion by council to do that, Katie, if I recall correctly, so we're gonna need to keep it consistent unless council rescinds or revises their motion. Keep it in the consent agenda, which is where the payroll is now listing. Council just wants the backup file, the Excel file. So whether it's included right behind the payroll in the consent agenda, because there's a summary sheet, whether it's in your packet, either way, it's gonna be reaching council. You heard feedback from Treasurer Fonte, he'd love for it to be closer to your report. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure it's provided, whether you reference it in the consent agenda or not. So Katie, maybe you can take a look and see what procedurally, formatting-wise makes the most sense. And we can make sure it shows up at future meetings.
Okay.
Very well.
Cool. Any other discussion on consent agenda?
Well, there's a couple items I'd like to inquire about. One is the Enterprise FM Trust, dollar amount, 12,654, what's that for?
Do you want to speak to that, Bruce?
I can speak
since
to
you-
this. We just received a bill from Enterprise for the amount, the $12,000 amount. The outfit for the 2024 Chevrolet Tahoe that we just took delivery of cost $14,000. That's not an exact amount, but around $14,000 to equip the vehicle. Per our agreement with Enterprise, we had to front the $7,000, so half of the cost to equip the vehicle, which is the radio, prisoner partition, lights, siren, and then the other amount, the $1,350, is the lease payment for the Tahoe every month. And then there's a new detective vehicle, and that's $850 a month, so that's the $12,000. I mean, that $7,000 is a one-time only fee, and the lease is going to be for 5 years. So,
Okay, thank you. The other item is Mid-American Group for $15,000. What's that?
That's, do you have that? Or do you want me to?
I can do that. That is for the pump station catwalk job that was approved. That is for the purchase of the hatches.
Okay, so it's a material cost?
It's a material cost only on that so far.
Yeah, it was approved for 68,000 at a previous council meeting, and this is the first spell for that.
Okay. Did we know they ordered the materials? So this
Yes.
is- Okay. All right, thank you.
Any further discussion on consent agenda? All right, we got a motion, we got a second. Katie, please call roll.
Valentine,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar,
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes. Motion carried. Council, I'd like to call your attention to the next section of our agenda, which is our communication section. What was previously blank has now led to the addition of 2 items. We'll take them one at a time. Item A is the petition to keep Tammy Goris in charge of our community center. Council will be looking for a motion to receive and file.
Motion to receive and file.
We have a motion by Valentine. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Molnar. I know we hit on a couple of these items earlier, but City Administrator Blackburn will be proposing some thoughts for you this evening around next steps for succession planning. I know I've talked with some of you around, a special meeting or other means of having discussion to carve the future of that department. So any further discussion? If not, we'll get there when we get to City Administrator Blackburn.
So it's my understanding that even though this petition's in place, Tammy does not want the position, right?
I don't want to speak for her, but my understanding from our conversation earlier is that she stands by the letter of resignation that she submitted effective January 31st, this Friday. Any further discussion? All right. Katie, please call roll.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar,
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next item that was added on our communications is item B, and that would be the letter dated January 27th from Mrs. Cindy Cox. We'll be looking for a motion to receive and file.
Motion to receive and file the letter from Cindy Cox dated 1/27/25.
Motion by Valentine. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Molnar. Any discussion on this item? Okay, Katie, please call roll.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar,
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Motion carried. All right, council, I'd like to turn your attention to my report this evening. In your packet, I'll just go item by item. So item A on my report is our appointments. The good news is, and I know we've talked about this up here, is that we have a lot of interest from our community in being involved. So just want to lead with thank you all for putting your hands up to support different roles within our community, commissions, et cetera. Very relevant because we have 3 different appointments for you all to consider this evening. We'll take them one by one. Item number 1 under A is for our Board of Review. Our Board of Review, in a very simple term, is partnering closely with our assessing department as it relates to taxable value determinations in the city of Gibraltar. With this, as you've heard from our previous discussions, we have to appoint 1 regular board member and 1 alternate. Just to give you the most up-to-date information, applications that we received in no particular order are Dennis Bosmer, Cody Dill, and Cheryl Putz. Those are all within your packet. Subsequent to that packet distribution, Cynthia Church submitted an application that was sent to you via Clerk Tomasic today, as well as Tim Grant submitted an application. I know Tracy Grant had also expressed interest. I don't know, Katie, if we got a formal application. I didn't see one in the inbox as of today, but want to make sure everybody's aware of folks that have submitted interest in applications. So in summary, council, we're looking for your direction because we need to make 1 regular board appointment and 1 alternate appointment. And again, thank you to our residents that have put their hands up to volunteer for this position. Dennis Bosmer, Cody Dill, Cheryl Putz, Cynthia Church, Tim Grant, and Tracy Grant. So council, I'll be looking to see if you have any strong passions towards any of these individuals that have put themselves forth for consideration on our board of review. And again, we'll start with 1, which will be the regular board member, and then we'll do the second, which is our alternate.
I'm going to make a motion that Mr. Grant be appointed to the Board of Review.
Okay, there's a motion for Mr. Grant as what role? The regular board
Yeah,
attendee?
the regular board member, I'm sorry.
Okay. Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Second by Wood. Any discussion on that item? Okay. Katie, please call roll.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar,
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. Grant, on your service on that Board of Review. Now, council, we need to ask for your alternate designation. To remind you of your pool, Dennis Bosmer, Cody Dill, Cheryl Putz, Cynthia Church, and then side note that Tracy had expressed interest but was not submitting an application. Does council have any perspective on the second
I'm going to
alternate
make a
position?
motion, I don't know. I'm going to make a motion that Cody Dill be appointed the alternate to the Board of Review.
So motion by Valentine for Cody Dill to be appointed. Is there a second for that motion?
I'll second that.
Second by Molnar. Any further discussion? Katie, please call roll.
McNabb.
Yes.
Mulner.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Wood.
No.
Cox.
Yes.
Okay, we have a majority have approved, so Mr. Dill, congratulations on your appointment to the Board of Review. That will be as an alternate, so we'll follow up with both parties on what your role is specifically, training sessions to be considered, and cadence of forums that you'll be a part of. Second topic for appointments is going to be for our Gibraltar Foundation Board. This was discussed at our last council meeting on January 13th. We must appoint 2 citizens supplemental to the appointments that were already made. So to rewind the tape a little bit, there's fixed appointments that have to be there. Like I have to sit on it, Amy has to sit on it, others. These are 2 additional resident or citizen nominations for this board. To also level set, if you recall, we had discussed this in our last council meeting. Our amazing finance director had come across this when we were looking to receive a donation. And while we aren't fully certain of all the history around this, what we found was that there didn't seem to be utility or a established finish line for the previous efforts of generating this foundation. And as such, we had IRS interactions that we could be subject to penalties for not fulfilling the duties of what would have had to have been done when this was being established, not to mention the cost of constructing it. So with that, we had a council discussion. Now, this will be part of the foundation board, will be to make these decisions, but at a high level, it seemed council's general direction was to assemble this board for the foundation and then to consider dismantling the board to not incur any further penalties or costs as a city. I won't say that it's definitive because that's up to the voting board members. But with that being said, similar to what I just opened up with, I want to thank the individuals that have put themselves forth. Sue Schulte, and I hope I'm pronouncing that last name correctly, so Sue, if you're listening, I apologize if I mispronounce your last name. Dave Reiser, Tracy Grant, and John Sant were the ones that were proposed. Since this is a board that I will be leading, I'd like the group to consider Sue Schulte. I did speak Sue Schulte. I did speak with her today. She's tuned in. She had been a part of the listening to the prior discussion we had, as well as John Sant, who folks have known from our Infrastructure Advisory Committee, amongst many other endeavors that he's immersed himself in support of our community. So that's my recommendations, given my role on the board, but obviously I'll defer to council's motion for 2 citizens. Again, there was 4 that I listed for that board.
I would make a motion for John Sant.
Motion for John Sant?
Yeah.
Okay, we need one more. Do you mind including another individual? I'd recommended Sue, but you have 4 options to choose
Okay.
from in your pool.
And Sue Schulte then.
Sue Schulte, okay. So we have a motion for John Sant and Sue Schulte as the 2 citizen representations for our board. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Valentine. Any further discussion, council, on those items? Katie, please call roll.
Mulner.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Amazing. So motion carried. John and Sue, thank you for putting your hands up to be involved. Similar to the previous, we will be in touch around what that means for you and the cadence of interactions and meetings we'll have together. Amy, do you feel confident we got what we need now?
Yes.
All right, awesome.
We'll just have to reach out to everybody and get a meeting date set up.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you, council, for the direction on both items. And with that, our last appointment is for Alliance of Downriver Watershed, referred to as ADW. Councilman McNabb had expressed potential interest, and I know you wanted to kind of explore the topic a little further. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but we'd love to appoint or consider appointing you with a council motion unless you need more time for that.
I'd like to have some more time. I have been looking into it.
Okay,
I have a little bit more time, but I'm interested in it
okay.
at this point.
If I make the motion to appoint you, you said you accept it or no?
I think he said he wants a little more time, but I don't know. It's up to you. I don't want to force you into it, but we just want to make sure that that's
That's
represented.
nothing that needs to be, it's not critical at this point.
Okay. Have you had a chance to speak with the former councilwoman on?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No.
Maybe we wait for the appointment unless council feels strongly about it for the sake of allowing you to have time to further consider.
I'm going to make the motion to appoint Councilman McNabb to the position of, as a representative to Alliance of Downriver Watershed.
Well, there is a motion on the floor. Is there a second for that motion?
I'm going to second it.
Well, it looks like we have a second.
Okay. Then I don't need any more time.
Any further discussion besides he doesn't need more time?
No.
All right, Katie, please call roll.
Schumate,
Yes.
Valentine,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Mulnar.
No.
That,
Thank you.
that motion has been carried. Councilman McNabb, congratulations on your appointment to the Alliance of Downriver Watersheds, and thank you for your service. And I hope there's good parallels with the water, activities more broadly with your work in Waterways Commission, amongst others. Okay, so awesome to have those seats filled across that 3 areas that we covered. So that will close appointments, unless there's anything else further to consider this evening on appointments, which will bring me to update on strategic priorities. I will not be exhaustive here. You have all the information in your packet, but the endorsed pathway that you all like to see was, I have all the strategic priorities listed out, and then I have bold for updates. And that way you can call your visual attention to what has changed since our last discussion. At a very high level, pillar number 1, water loss audit and flood control. Both the Brownstown meter, referred to as BR1, and the Gibraltar meter, referred to as GR2, have been replaced. We are capturing water usage that was previously unmetered with those meter replacements. What that means simply to our community is, for one of those meters, we seem to not be capturing water that was being used. Now we are related to the Brownstown meter. So we have activities in place where City Administrator Blackburn is working with our Benesh experts, Treasurer Fonte, Amy, and others to further investigate, gather the data, and then look to take next steps. But that's a positive thing for our community, and I just want to thank everybody for driving that work. We also have our leak detection. So if you recall, I'm not an expert in this, but it's acoustic sound leak detection. It's what we contracted Benesh for. They're experts in this lane. As all of you know, it was quite frigid. So the leak detection that was scheduled for January 20th, Councilman Cox reinforced to me that that would probably be a tough time to leak detect and negative temperatures. And so they pushed that out. That'll be happening.
It started today.
So good news is that process is rolling. So I'm really excited because thanks to the great work of all of this council and City Administrator Blackburn, the expertise we have, thank you, we're making progress. We have a meter that's capturing water that was previously not captured, and we have a leak detection effort that is going to help acoustically sound for any leaks. Obviously, this is a multi-chapter project, and as we discussed, so there'll be other elements to this, but wanted to give you a quick update there. Takeaway, good news. Next one is on the infrastructure improvement front. A couple of call-outs there. Our lead line activities out for bids. RFQ is out for our West Jefferson water main. That's the one we got the money for. Obviously, a very vulnerable main. We've experienced breaks. The Horse Island Bridge test results are expected, but I know they were doing some research on historical information as well. The pump station, we heard about that, Councilman Cox today. Parts have been ordered, and we're awaiting delivery and installation on that. Please stop me if you have any questions here.
The water main
Yeah.
over by the high school, the high school has started the tear out of the tennis courts early. And so I know that we were talking about potentially coordinating with them in some fashion since they ran so close. So something to be on the radar for that they started that project early on their front. So I don't know if you've talked to them or if you need to still coordinate any further. They started.
No,
early.
we did notice that they were there. My plan is to, still to start that water main after the kids get out of school.
Okay.
So they were supposed to start, at the same time, but they decided to start earlier, but we're still going to plan on starting around the same time, right after the kids get out of school.
Great.
Awesome. Good flag. So parts have been ordered on the pump station, so progress there. Roof RFP, so just a high-level synopsis. We have bond dollars that will help advance some of these projects that need to be advanced, like our questionable roof that needs repair or replacement. So at the end of the day, short story is we'll have that on the agenda this evening for the RFP. Approval agreements, so I won't even dive into that. Policies on purchasing and credit cards and employee policies are completed. We have a kickoff for our a second meeting for our zoning ordinance committee. That's going to happen on January 28th. Shout out to McKenna and our city planner for helping drive that and for all those that are participating. Again, that will be to update our zoning ordinance language, much of which needed a critical look. Some gas inventory updates on working with Corrigan. We need to take a critical look at our city planner and assessor services, which we've discussed with council and city administrator Blackburn. We have additional actions, couple things. One is the succession for Parks and Rec, which city administrator Blackburn will comment on today. Two is the forensic accountant audit. Treasurer Fonte provided an update with our city attorney last meeting related to the special investigation, which was endorsed for the path by council. We have appointments and promotions that we scheduled tonight, so that's all taken care of. I want to thank our Director of Public Safety and Police Chief Bullard and your department, as well as DPW, I'm sure, who played a critical role in placing the stop sign on Adams. Gotten positive feedback from the community on that, so just thank you for taking that step quickly. And then last thing is some of the other items were approved by, which I'll let Councilman Cox talk to. So that's about all I had for just a high-level skim of our strategic priorities. Is there anything that's missing? Any questions, flags, things to take away? Yeah, please.
I just want to say, Mr. Blackburn, for me, the priority is replacing those lead lines. We got to replace those lead lines for our citizens.
Yes,
That,
those
for me,
are,
is the biggest priority.
yep, that was one of my biggest priorities when I took this position. It is out for bids, and hopefully within the next couple months, when the weather starts to break, we'll be able to get started and knock them all out.
Awesome. Good flag. Thank you. Any other questions, feedback, things that are missing or should be further considered? All right. That closes my report. Council reports. Councilman Valentine, why don't you take us to Recreation Commission and 33rd District Court, please?
As far as the Recreation Commission, Tammy, before her resignation, secured the carnival for July 4th. She has the music in the park dates of 6/26, Detroit Social Life, 7/10, Lexi Blue, 7/24, Mad Mad World, 8/7, Galaxy 5, or Gateway 5, 8/21, Al Nicole, and 9/14, I believe is going to be the Sunseekers. That's my report. No, I don't have a report for the 33rd District Court.
Any questions for Councilman Valentine? All right. Councilwoman Wood, why don't you take us to Beautification Commission and Historical Museum?
Okay, I have no report for the beautification as we have a meeting on Monday, and that's February 3rd at 6 o'clock. And we are looking for volunteers. Anybody wants to show up and find out what we do Monday night, we'll be here. That's it for beautification, and the Historical Museum will be open this Sunday, which is February 2nd, from 2 to 4. And that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you. Any questions for Councilwoman Wood? Councilman Cox?
Thank you, Mayor. Regarding the Planning Commission, we did a few things. We approved the revised sign for Henry Ford Health, Heart, and Vascular on Middle Gibraltar Road. They included the nautical theme that's required. So we did that approval, and we also asked that the ordinance officer look into any non-compliant signs in the DDA district and to correspond with those landowners to try to rectify it. We retained Chairman Hutchinson in the chair position, and we retained Vice Chair Upholzer in his position. Those are the things that occurred at planning. On the DDA, we, let's see, we approved the music in the park 2025 budget. We approved the wage shows for the 4th of July Carnival. The information we got back for that, and Mary, you can attest to this, is that at a minimum, the city will receive $1,000 back from Wade Amusements for their interaction with the city. We asked that the attorney review their contract to confirm its compliance. But other than that, that's been approved. We also approved the solicitation for a request for proposals for security camera systems throughout City Hall, the DPW, and the community center. The idea is get this as a base bid and alternate the other two locations to see where the funding's at, and for us to review. We also approved through the DDA up to 75% of the replacement for the UTV for the DPW. Based on information, it's felt that 75% of the use is performed in the DDA area, so they would pick up those costs, and the other 25% would be out of the general fund. Those are the things that we approved through the DDA.
Can I ask?
One more,
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, one more item, two more items. One more item is we also authorized Quint Plumbing to replace the hot water tank at the Gil Talbert Community Center. So that project's been approved as well.
Can I ask a question? That cardiac place, is that the one at Middle Gibraltar in Old Fort?
Yes.
Okay.
It's basically just reskinning that sign with the same features, changing the address and the name.
That's my report.
Thank you so much for the update. Any questions for Councilman Cox? All right. Councilman McNabb, I will turn over to you for not only waterways, but also Alliance of Downriver Watershed.
Yes, I have no report, Mr. Mayor and Council, but as far as the watershed, it's important to know what's going in our waters. I mean, I've grown up here, and the water, when I was a kid, was terrible. And I have seen the cleanest water that I've ever seen in my life here now, so it's important what's going in our waters and to keep an eye on it, so.
Thanks for being that
accept
person.
that
I appreciate that a lot.
responsibility.
I'll fix the ice.
Oh, yeah, and be careful out on the ice. No
said.
cars on the ice, Woody.
Any questions for Councilman McNabb?
Any recent developments on the weed harvester?
No, not yet. I messaged Mr. Garza today, and he didn't get back with me.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions for Councilman McNabb? Councilman Molnar?
No report, Your Honor.
Any questions for Councilman Molnar? Councilman Walden, again, we're sending our thoughts to him and the family. He's right where he's supposed to be. This time, we will move off of our council reports, and we will move into the next section, which is our Parks and Recreation Director, for which we do not have any update this evening from their reports. So I will turn it over to our city attorney.
One report on 117, had a follow-up meeting with Plant Moran. Can't get into the details of it. I did identify, though, a couple things that I want them to look in to more detail. The treasurer is aware of these as well. They believe they're going to stay within the last budget they proposed to us, which is good to hear, and they're hopeful that they should have a final report sometime soon.
Awesome. Thank you for the work that you all are doing on that front. Any questions for our city attorney?
Yeah, I just like to throw in there that when they started this audit, that there was the word discount used for being a good customer, so we don't want to forget that. So I'm telling Amy that, and Michael to remind me that moving forward, when this concludes,
Yeah.
and we see a bill, make sure we have our special customer discount, and then we could negotiate that even further.
I appreciate that comment. Thank you. Any further questions or comments? No further items on your end?
No further items.
Great. Well, that will turn us over to our city administrator, Blackburn.
All right, first item I have is to solicit bids for new roof for City Hall. The funds for this is funded by the DDA bond. So do I have any questions?
Did we retain the bid scope that we used prior, or?
I took out the flat roof portion of it because that seemed to be, because when that bid was done before I had started here, that seemed to be a sticking point for a lot of the bidders because most roofers that do shingle roofing do not also do flat roofing. The flat roof, when I was up there, looks in pretty good condition right now. It does not need to be done. So I took the flat roof portion out, hopefully to bring down the cost, because that was your concern last time from my recollection was the cost. and just to do this shingle part of the roof.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a good question. I remember we discussed that, so that seems aligned to our discussion. Is there a motion to authorize to solicit bids for the new City Hall roof?
Motion to authorize bids?
Motion by McNabb, is there a second?
Second.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Wood's got it. Any further discussion on this item? Katie, please call roll.
Valentine,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes. Motion carried, back to you.
All right, second item I have is authorization to solicit bids to get the Talbot Community Center and City Hall parking lots repaved. This money also is covered by the DDA bond. And I'm looking for CE Rains to draw up the bid package for it.
I'll just say that it's been problematic, and we've had people trip in those locations. So definitely a priority project that the funds could be used for. I know we discussed this previously. I just want to collaborate everybody that last discussion we had. We'd be looking for a motion to solicit bids for repaving of Gibraltar Community Center and City Hall parking lots.
Mayor, may I say something?
Yeah, please.
To City Administrator Michael, what's the proposal with CE Rains to draw up the plans? We've got an open contract right now. There's a percent completion that we've all been troubled with in the past, not percent completion, but a percent of the contract amount. So, and then there's time and material rates. So I'd pay close attention right now. I think council's going to be watching this very closely on how we're going to initiate this contract. So,
Yeah, I was going to wait till it was, discussion was open to bring it up. That was my concern is, are we tied to their percentage-based fees for a removal and replacement? Not a whole lot of engineering into it, and I hope we're not paying, 9% of the cost of the contract when there's not, serious engineering as part of it. So, yeah, that was my question, to make sure we address that before we release it.
Great
Okay.
flag. Great input.
Benchmarks already set on every one of those.
I know that's came up in the prior discussions in Infrastructure Advisory Committee, and I'm assuming you're pulling those parties along as you're marching down some of these pathways. Is there a motion to authorize the bids for repaving the Gibraltar Community Center and City Hall parking lots?
Motion to solicit bids for the repaving of the Gibraltar Community Center parking lot and City Hall.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by McNabb. Understanding the strategic input that's already been received and direction you have, City Administrator Blackburn, any other discussion or flags? Perhaps we make sure that those that have expertise in this lane are a part of the discussions before anything's formalized. Great. Any further discussion? Katie, please call roll.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Back to you.
All right, next I have is just receive note and file. It's the annual FEMA community rating system that has to be submitted to the government. It's just here for your information purposes only.
Anything you'd like to call out for council?
No, it's just, basically is how many houses are in the floodplain, if any houses in the floodplain have been torn down, if any new ones have been rebuilt.
All right, so
Motion to receive and file?
motion to receive and file by Cox. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Any discussion on this item? Katie, please call roll.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Motion carried. Back to you.
All right, next I want to have city council authorize the city to advertise for a new recreation director, to replace the outgoing Tammy Gores. I have a job description that we will put on the website. There is already an application on the website. If anybody's interested, fill out an application, resume sent, you can, and send it to the clerk, and she will gather all those together.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by McNabb to post based on the job description and charter duties aligned. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Valentine. Discussion, council?
How would we coordinate a study session or special meeting into this process? Would it be, I guess to clarify that, would we host a special meeting or study session before we make a determination on who to select? I guess when would that fit in? Because I think that's important for us to establish the direction from a council-led initiative and, you know, before all the pieces start falling into place.
I will say I'm a huge advocate for that. I think we should get a special meeting this week or next week. I think what I see is the goal is this formal posting will allow folks to be aware of the general description of what we're looking for. Will hopefully raise community awareness on folks that might be interested, because we've gotten some organic, like unsolicited, but this will start that ball rolling. And then we merge whatever we're collecting there with council's directive via special meeting and what that framework would look like. So I'm a huge advocate for that. I was thinking we could do it under new business, because I have one other scheduling item to consider for council on our next council meeting. So maybe, I don't know if we want to do that right after we close this motion, because I know we're in discussion, or if we want to wait till new business, I'm good for either.
Either one works for me.
Any further discussion?
We're going to wait, we're going to give people time to turn in their applications, then we should have the meeting after we get all the applications, right, and discuss them?
I think my thought is there's a time element here because we have a resignation effective Friday, right? But there's also ways to mitigate some of the operational risks that City Administrator Blackburn's been working on, like immediately. I would suggest that we have the special meeting this week or next week for the sake of discussing whatever we're having coming in, but more importantly, the structural considerations, the operational considerations while we're getting candidates.
I might be missing something, but the next big event is not till July, right?
Agreed, but there's a lot of operational things, daily or relatively frequent haul rentals. There's other preparation activities for those. There's marshmallow drop and Easter activities. There's all the other things that we need to consider. That's why I don't want to wait, Councilman Valentine. It's like, we have interest already. We need council to guide structure, right, which could play into whoever's selected or the steps there. I think we should do that sooner than later to have the discussion. That's my thoughts.
Is it a special meeting to discuss the structure, or would it be a study session to?
I would recommend a special meeting because it gives us the ability to take action if we need to. Study session will limit us to no motion capability. But I see this as an important step regardless. We got to post the position to survey talent. And he showed me the job description that he put together, which is, I think everybody would be in agreement with the general framework that it outlines around duties of an individual in that department with high-level, ability to move and carry certain weights or high-level criteria for consideration. But please circulate that if you have not already. Any further discussion on that item? Yeah.
Mayor, in my research of this, and it's been very minimal, what I found that there's a, which I didn't know, and maybe some do and some don't, but there's a commission that seats 11 volunteers from the community. I think that's very important. So along with the direction of what council is going to do with the position, I think there should be a call out for that those applicants that might want to emerge into that commission. So I think we should also make mention of that through a posting.
I love that. I think, yeah, Katie, I don't know, you definitely spearheaded that for us on the commission side, so.
You can do that.
Awesome. Thank you. Great flag. All right, any further discussion on the posting and solicitation of interested parties as we navigate next steps, council? All right, Katie, please call roll.
Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
And then new business, I have one other scheduling ask I have for council, so we'll hit the special meeting request if you so choose there.
I got one last thing.
Yeah, please.
As the mayor mentioned earlier, that Benesh is out doing leak detection. They are starting on Fort Street. They started on Fort Street today, and they're working east here. They will eventually get into the subdivisions. So if you see people walking down the street, don't be alarmed. If you have any questions, you can ask them for ID. You can definitely call the police department if you think they look fishy. They should all be carrying ID on them. You can call me. I can go out and check also, just to let you know that they will be walking around in the neighborhoods doing leak detection. Most of it will be where the fire hydrants are, is where they'll be putting their machines and stuff, just so people are aware that when you see strangers walking up and down the street during the day, that's what they're doing. And that's it for me.
Great call. I don't want to blast you in public here, but he's also dedicated because throughout the day, he's waiting an update from one of his children for a future grandchild coming in. So please send your thoughts and positivity to City Administrator Blackburn, who's awaiting that arrival any moment now, I'm assuming, right?
I'm hoping so.
Awesome. Any questions, comments for City Administrator Blackburn?
I'd like to ask one question.
Yeah, please.
We have 2 new permits for new buildings, one on Island Drive. Is there any requirement for them to have a berm?
That is done through the building department. I cannot,
Because I don't see it in here for the berm.
on the report,
Yeah, and the permit.
That's a great follow-up for building department for sure.
I'll follow up in the building department on that.
Thanks, Councilman Valentine. Any other questions? All right.
I do,
Oh, yeah.
Mayor, I noticed that there was a couple permits in here. I'd just like to call out to the public and to our inspecting officer through the director there, that make sure these permits are posted. It will help keep public comment down that things are happening without permits. It's right on the permit to be displayed in a conspicuous place on the premise. I think that if this was consistently being enforced and these things were posted correctly, then the management and the inspection of these things, not only through the building department and the officer on that's doing the inspections, that the public too would know, and then it would calm a lot of different call-outs here.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments for City Administrator Blackburn? All right, thank you for all the work you're doing. Clerk Tomasic.
All right, thank you. I have no action items tonight. I just want to make an announcement. Anyone who's interested in running for local office in our regular city election this upcoming November, candidate packets are now available at the clerk's office. Again, this is for our regular city election this coming November 4th, 2025. This local election is for the offices of mayor, clerk, and treasurer, each of which is a 2-year term, as well as 3 council seats, each being a 4-year term. Candidate packets include blank petition sheets that require signatures from registered Gibraltar voters, as well as an affidavit of identity for the candidates. The deadline for these items to be filed with the city clerk is no later than 4 p.m. on Tuesday, April 22nd. And depending on the number of candidates that file valid petitions and affidavits, a primary election may be necessary. If a primary election is required, it would be held on August 5th. Again, the need for a primary election depends on the number of candidates that file for each individual office. Therefore, the need for a primary election would be determined after the filing deadline of April 22nd. So once again, candidate packets are now available for anyone interested in running for local office in this year's regular city election on November 4th, 2025. And if you're interested in running, or if you have any questions regarding the candidate process, feel free to reach out.
Thank you so much, Clerk Tomasic.
Thank you.
Any questions, comments for Clerk Tomasic this evening? All right. Treasurer Fonte, we'll pass it forward to you.
No comment, no report, Mayor. City Attorney took care of the discussion we had with the audit. But I'm back at the permit again, and this might not be my business, but this home is right down the street from me. What's the purpose of this permit in here? Michael, is this the building permit?
In the packet there?
Yeah, the one on Island Drive.
Yeah, that is, that has to be submitted with the report that is
For,
the community rating system.
oh,
That report, it says to attach permits and stuff. That's why those ones are attached.
I was wondering if it was just being pulled, the house is built, and I thought
Nope.
it was just being built, pulled. So thank you for that clarification.
I had the same reaction when I was asking about what changed.
Yeah.
It was because you have to report those.
You know, as we're
bills.
trying to
Yes.
improve this whole situation, it caught me by surprise.
Yeah, a unique one because of
Yeah.
the inclusion of that
Yeah.
report this evening.
Exactly. Thank you.
Any questions for Treasurer Fonte? All right, Finance Director McEwen.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the mid-year budget corrections. I transposed a number in the previous mid-year budget review. This resulted in a $63,000 difference from the one I presented previously to the one in your current packet. I highlighted the item that had the error. Due to this, I had to adjust some revenue items in the amount we are currently pulling from fund balance. I increased the amount pulled from fund balance by $43,000. This amount is due to the addition of the forensic audit expense that was approved on our November 12th, 2024 council meeting and not previously budgeted for.
Thank you. You want a motion to receive and file the correction?
We can either motion to approve it, we could do nothing, and then this will show up on our next budget review, but I think it would be better to approve it with us all seeing it right now, or you guys can have me rehash it out if you want to on the third.
No, I just
Review.
appreciate it. I think we all probably speak for one when we say we appreciate all the work you're doing. Thanks for the description behind it. I know it's quite a complex mathematical set of data you navigate, so understood. And you want a motion to approve or a motion to receive and file?
To approve, and it was just, because with the building department line item, I have to manually calculate all of the building department revenues and then times it by 95%, and then I type it in, and I switched two numbers, and that is what happened.
Well, thank you for the clarification and the rationale behind it. Council will be looking for a motion to approve the correction of mid-year budget review, full year 24-25.
Motion to approve the correction.
Motion by McNabb, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Molnar, if I heard that?
Yes.
Any discussion? Katie, please call roll.
McNabb,
Yes.
Mulnar,
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine,
Yes.
Wood,
Yes.
Cox.
Motion carried. Amy, back to you if you have anything else you'd like to share.
Nope, I am good.
Any questions for Finance Director McEwen? All right, we'll pass it over to our Director of Public Safety and Police, Chief Bullard.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. Since the last council meeting, the police department responded for 107 calls for service, 14 incident reports, 1 arrest, 6 traffic citations, and 3 Detective Bureau investigations. Also, dispatchers will be assigned in upcoming news to annual training per the state of Michigan. For the older dispatchers, the training will consist of Module 3. The newer dispatchers would have to complete Modules 1 and 2, and this would be within their first 2 years. That being said, we hired a new dispatcher on January 20th, dispatcher applicant Rebecca Jackson. She passed her background check, and her first day is on Wednesday. Also, officers on the police department, including myself, were assigned to professional continuing education classes per the state of Michigan and MCOLS, and these must be complete by the end of 2025. We also had an afternoon dispatcher resign. I will be posting for an afternoon midnight dispatcher on MCOLS and social media. Also, you probably seen on Facebook, the stop signs were installed on Adams and Addison. And there's also flags as they're brand new, obviously being the temporary signs. So the officers will be in the area monitoring for people running the stop signs as well as traffic and speed enforcement. Included in my report is the ordinance officer report. I do have one action item. Action item A is approval for Lieutenant Trush to attend firearms training at Schoolcraft College Police Training Academy. Lieutenant Trush is the Gibraltar Police Department senior firearms instructor. The total cost of the combined training is $1,450 and is eligible for reimbursement under the state's 302 funds. So I am requesting a motion.
Motion to approve Lieutenant Truss to attend the senior firearms instructor class at Schoolcraft College.
We have a motion by Valentine. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by McNabb. Any discussion? Katie, please call roll.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Pilatine?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
That concludes my report. Thank you.
Fantastic. Congratulations to you and the members of your department. Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
immensely. Any questions for DPS Bullard? All right, Fire Chief Kane.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The fire department activity from January 9th to January 23rd, we had 30 total calls that time period. 26 were rescues, 4 were fires. They're grass fires, odor investigations, motor vehicle accidents. There are no auto aids and our 4 mutual aids with that. Since the beginning of the year and the time of this report, we're at 44 calls. So as of now, we're at 50. So we are we're on the track for the same amount we had in 2024, if not more. So just want to let you know that. I had an auto aid chief meeting. If you remember what the auto aid departments are, it's Flat Rock, Rockwood, Woodhaven, Huron Township, and ourselves. The city of Flat Rock, I'm just letting you guys know and the residents know that like to kayak or boat. The Flat Rock Fire Department will be updating their markers along the Huron River. These markers are helping people know where they're at in case of an emergency or if they had to call. They used to use colored tape in the past and it fades, so they're in the process of using a sign type of marker. So there'll be instruction, there'll be a number on it to see where you're at. All the auto aid departments will have a map so we can get to the emergency a lot faster. So I just want to let everybody know and the residents that are the Huron River is getting a little more hard to navigate, I would say, with all the trees and things that are in it. So just be alert out there. I'm going to have Sergeant Heather Jones start our monthly updates like we had. About the middle of last year, we had monthly updates. They were nice for information for you guys on what we were doing and anything that happened in that past month. At the February meeting, I will have a year-end report for you. I've done them in the past as well. I know all departments had done that in the past, but I'll have it all typed up and into my council packet for you of everything we've done over the past year, total calls compared to the year before, things like that. I also will have a few people going through classes in the next month. Deputy Chief Cindy Simon will be going through Officer 1 class. Sergeant Heather Jones will be going through Officer 2 class. She's already completed 1. Sergeant Joe Schaefer will be going through Officer 2 class. He's also completed 1. Clint Nimick will be going through an instructor class. Kedrick Johnson will be going through an instructor class. These classes are now needed to be promoted in a fire service, not just here, but everywhere. So, and there's no cost to these classes. It's a state-funded class that are being covered. And I would just like to shout out some years of service and recognize them. Cindy Simon has made her 5-year for the fire department. Heather Jones has made her 10 years. Joel Schaefer has made hers 5 years. Sean LaFleur has made her 10-year. And myself have made my 30 years.
There's a lot of people with 1 and 2 and 3, so as they come up to their milestones, I'll let you know how long they've been here. And that concludes my report.
Congratulations to all those, their milestones and service. Means a lot to the community. And 30 years for you is a significant amount of time, so congratulations on that 30-year milestone. That's huge. Any questions for Fire Chief Kane? All right, we don't have any unfinished business. City Attorney, would it be appropriate to have 2 items for scheduling purposes on new business this evening?
Are they just scheduling?
I'm sorry?
They're just scheduling?
Yeah, just scheduling.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so item number 1, just to close the loop, since this came up in our discussion today, is a special meeting to talk about our Parks and Recreation Department. I would like you to look at your calendars if you have them handy. I would propose Monday, the 3rd, afternoon for folks that have work schedules, which will give us time to prepare whatever we need to the next few days, get it to you, post the notice to it, Katie, if you can keep me honest there, and then meet. It'll be the first day we're without, first Monday without a formal person in that seat, so that'd be my proposal. I can try and squeeze it this week. I just have a tough calendar evening-wise or afternoon-wise, but if people want it sooner, I can try and push things around.
What time?
Like a 4 PM or a 5 PM maybe? if
What
that-
date was it?
Monday, the 3rd, if that works for you.
February 3rd.
February 3rd, this coming Monday.
Yeah, that's our beautification meeting, so,
Your beautification's at, remind me, 6?
yeah, will we be done?
Could we do like a 4, maybe, or 4:30?
I could, 4:30 is probably the earliest I
We
could.
do a 4:30, and that way Dorothy could get to her beautification as well.
Fine by me.
You guys like that? I can call it via email with Katie, or do you want a motion, Katie, today? What do you prefer?
Motion would be great.
Okay. Can we get a motion for a special meeting, focused?
Motion to schedule a special meeting on Monday, the 3rd of February at 4:30 PM regarding the rec department.
Love it.
Second.
Second by McNabb. Any further discussion? All right. Katie, please call roll. Sorry.
Is it me first?
Roll is
Okay. Schumate.
here. Yes. Sorry.
Valentine.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Mulner.
Yes.
All right, we got a special meeting, 4:30 PM. City Administrator Blackburn will work with you to make sure we can get all the information together for folks. Katie, I can help with whatever you need on this, on the scheduling front. Second item is, and I spoke with Mayor Pro Tem Wood. I promised I will be at every council meeting, and I've kept that promise. Unfortunately, on February 10th, I have a commitment that I cannot get out of that would prevent me from attending. I offered Mayor Pro Tem Wood option 1 of holding down this as Mayor Pro Tem. See, she suggested that I perhaps look at a different date for which I could be there.
Yes.
So with that being said, I'd like to look at a different date that I can be there. February 13th at 7:30 PM is what I'm proposing. Now, I know that's a little later. Why I'm proposing that is because we also have some folks that are sliding in from other commitments, and I want everybody to be able to be there for that time. We could do 7 if 7:30 is too late. I know it's late regardless. I don't think we have a very comprehensive agenda for that meeting, at least from what we know today. So I'd be asking council to motion to move our February 10th meeting, council, to February 13th. I'll leave it up to you on discretion on time. I would propose 7:30 so everybody can be there, but I know that's, can run late, so if you want to do 7 or keep 6:30, you can do that. Up to you, council, but want to see if you could check your calendars. The nice part, the why behind the 13th was that it allows it to be the same week as our scheduled meeting, which will help for like packet cycles, and seemed to be a date that others were available, but I'll stop there. Maybe check your calendar, see if that February 13th. I was gonna say February 14th, but I know it's a special day, so I don't know if we all wanted to spend our special day together. I'm sure you had other places you might want to be.
So the request, the request is to make a motion to move the 2:10 meeting to 2:13.
2:13 at 7:30 PM, but if you want, I recognize it's late, so if you want to do earlier, I will gladly support that.
I was just going to start reciting. I guess we can talk about it during discussion. Motion to move the 2:10 scheduled council meeting to 2:13 Thursday at 7 PM.
Second.
Second by McNabb. Any discussion on that meeting shift? I just want to say thank you for shifting that.
Any other time that the council is receptive to or that the mayor can attend? So 7 it is.
Awesome.
7 or 7:30?
Motion for 7.
7.
7?
All right. Thank you for your flexibility, everybody. Katie, please call roll.
Valentine?
Yes.
Wood? Yes. Cox?
Yes.
McNabb? Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. All right, that closes no new business. We have no table and referred items. Before we look for a motion to adjourn, we want to open up to our public. So members of the public, please approach that mic, make sure that light is green, and state your name and address if you have anything for council this evening.
Hi, Michelle Ostendorp, 30342 Adams. Congratulations to you. And it was nice when I pulled into my driveway to see flags down the street, so I really appreciate that. I did just want to say again that over 1/3 of the people that signed the petition for traffic safety on Adams were north of Wright Street. I know that I have talked to Councilwoman Wood in the past as I was walking my dogs by her house and cars whizzing by, that there are a lot of people that would like to see a stop sign either on Stoflet, which is a very sharp turn for people and hard to see, or Grandview, somewhere where we could slow people down from going around the curve and make life a little safer. Because again, walking the dogs, it's snowing, you have to sometimes walk in the road. It's just still a problem. And I know that a lot of people are excited about one stop sign, but they would like to see something else done. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Any other public comments? I know we have, DPS Board, I know we have some other traffic study data in progress and/or completed, so maybe something to take a look at there. Thank you. Any other public comments?
Just a question. Tina Kuzma, 30495 Bayview.
Yeah.
For the Parks and Recreation, am I understanding you guys correctly that he's gonna post the job posting, but then your guys are gonna have a meeting about the job details after the posting's been put up? Am I understanding sequence?
It's a very fair question. So yes, we're going to take the charter language and other understood duties of, which is pretty general in nature, to post that we are looking to hire for Parks and Recreation Department leadership, which will allow us to raise awareness and hopefully solicit candidates. The special meeting scheduled for February 3rd, the intention would be to deep dive on what is in flight, like hot topics, like what do we have in plan, what have we not had covered, so that we make sure we have operational continuity. That's one piece. Two is the charter is pretty clear on like structure of it, part-time, et cetera. So it's a good opportunity for us to take a critical look at how we're structured and if we have the right structure in context of any applicants that we have coming forth. So that's the way I see it. So yes, they're posting for awareness and solicitation of interested parties. And then next Monday, days after posting, looking at kind of the specifics to get guidance on what the future looks like, operationally and structure-wise. If that makes sense.
No, I'm a little, so are you just posting upcoming, looking for this position, or are you posting, I'm hiring for this position, here's the details? Because if we're doing that, then I think that should come after you
It's
guys
gonna
have your
be,
meeting.
I'm hiring for this position, here's the job description that we post.
Okay, in all fairness to the candidates or potential candidates' suggestion, don't you think it would be better after you guys do the nitty-gritty? And the clarifications, then post the job? Because if you guys make any changes or you make any kind of alterations or any changes of expectations, that's not necessarily fair.
I really appreciate the comment. I think the good news is we've already had parties reaching out, right, with unsolicited, hey, we're aware, right? This is just a step to further educate on what the duties are that we understand. So I hear your comment, but we're going to proceed with the council motion, which helps raise the awareness. City Administrator Blackburn's been doing a good job for parties that are reaching out. He's immediately in touch with him or them.
Okay.
So I think the communication is important there. I hear your
Yeah, I
concern.
just don't want it to be a situation where
Yeah.
we blindside somebody or
I think it's a very
We have
fair
enough
comment.
going on.
It's a fair comment. We'll take it into consideration for sure.
All right.
Any other public comment for council this evening? All right. Well, with that, we will be looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Molnar. Katie, please call roll.
Wood? Yes. Cox?
Yes.
McNabb? Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Have a great evening, everybody. DPS Bowler, congratulations again. Thank you. Two things for you.
I know, it's tight.
Congratulations, Mr. Grant.
Congratulations, welcome aboard.
What happened? What's the medical issue with Oh, I'm sorry. to hear that. I think he's going to do a good job.
So any FOIA is redacted for things that aren't able to be disclosed. So, but if people have submitted their application, as soon as it's in the city's possession, it is public information. And then that the personal data, addresses, and then that
So they can break into my mail and provide information. So that, even though that is specifically that is inappropriate, that is online, and not everyone that gets requested is and that is
To come here to go to training.
given for the request. There's to do with it. I understand, I totally do. Just double check with the attorney to make sure that information's getting redacted. Yeah.
I know that's the question.
You're right, yeah.
Ways to reset your password.
You're right, yeah.
And so, it's kind of this absurd.
I'll double check to make sure that the right information's being redacted, especially for going forward for future requests. Yeah.
Good.